It feels like forever since I've made one of these videos, and to be honest with you, it's been 3 weeks, which just tells you that the NFT space really does move that fast, and time kind of feels like forever. But before we hop in and check out my top picks for April NFTs, I need you to do one thing for me. And no, it's not leaving a like on this video. Actually, yes it is. But I do have a special gift for you guys in this video. If you leave a like and you are subscribed to the channel, I'm going to be picking 2 people from this video that are my subscribers to win a whitelist spot for what I believe is the biggest NFT project in all of April, and maybe even this year so far. And that project is Imaginary Ones. Yes, I was able to talk to one of the founders, Gentle Whale, who was part of my alpha group. By the way, if you haven't joined the alpha group and you want to check it out, link down below, card right up here. He was a member of our alpha group and was able to give us 30 whitelist spots for alpha members. And him and his team over at Imaginary Ones have been generous enough to give us 2 additional whitelist spots for people that watch this video and like and subscribe to the channel. All you need to do is those 2 things, plus leave a comment down below. I'm going to pick 2 of you guys randomly to win the whitelist spots for Imaginary Ones, which, as you may or may not know, is probably going to be one of the biggest projects in April, if not the biggest one. And with that being said, let's hop right over here and check it out. They have almost 400,000 Twitter followers, which is absolutely massive. You can see they're followed by 57 people that I also follow, which is always a great sign. They have a pretty star-studded team with people that have worked in other industries, such as Nike, Apple, Samsung, Heineken, Spotify, and L'Oreal. So they obviously have some relationships with working with bigger brands. I'm not so sure that they're going to actually be able to incorporate those brands into this project per se, but the art is super cool. It's 3D, it's motion, it's super colorful, it's a lot of fun, it's bubbly, definitely easy to share on social media. Their values are pretty straightforward. Dream, good vibes, and smile like a child. This is a fun project. It's colorful, it's animated, and there's not too many expectations that come along with it. The only thing I can say is that it's got a ton of hype. It's been building up for months. They've actually postponed their launch from what was supposed to be in March till April, which I think is going to be beneficial because March has been pretty bleak. And they've also used that time to make their art even better. I don't think I need to spend too much time here. Obviously, there's not a huge crazy roadmap or a ton of obvious utility, but this one's going to do well. The second project on my list is one that's coming out with their second drop, and this is Clementines Nightmare. They're currently sitting at about 177,000 Twitter followers, also followed by a bunch of other people in the space. And they are actually coming out with their second phase of their NFT that will be playable characters in their game that's supposed to launch in Q4 of this year. Their first phase of their NFT collection came out with 5,000 total. This collection dropped in the middle of February and was around a 1 ETH floor, has come down quite a bit since then, but has been holding steady around a 0.3 Ethereum floor, which is where it's at currently. I will say this art is some of the better art that I've seen for a game being developed so far, and I can't wait to see how these characters play in the game. If we head over to their website real quick, you can see that this is some animated version of the 3D characters that these NFTs will be in the game. I think this is one of the best development studios that's currently developing a game that I know of that's already launched an NFT. As you can see here, on phase 2, they're going to have 20 additional characters, so 20 different playable characters that are in their collection. They had 10 characters in the first phase. They're going to have 10 one-of-one legendaries, and there's going to be a total of 10,010 NFTs in this second collection. That will bring the total NFT collection to over 15,000 items, which is quite a bit. We have only seen a few other projects do this, like Mutant Ape Yacht Club and Adidas, where they have 20 and 30,000 collection NFTs. But I will say that in a game that looks to be this good, the art's really good. It's only 2D right now, but I'm sure in the game it's supposed to be 3D. One of the questions I always ask is, what do they give holders between minting and when the game's actually going to launch? And since the game launches in Q4 of 2022, that's about 7 months away from right now, almost 8 months away from right now. There's a lot of time in between there to add value for holders where people might get impatient. So they've actually come out with a bit of a roadmap that explains some of the benefits they have during that time. As you can see right here, benefits that holders will be rewarded with, they have Project Neighborhood, an ink multiplier, and then obviously early game access for all the NFT holders when that's available with the alpha and beta gameplay. Currently, this minting phase is phase 2, so phase 3 and 4 have the Project Neighborhood involvement. You can go and read all this right here. Pause this video to check it out, but there are a lot of things they're trying to add for holders in the meantime. The third NFT I'm looking at in April is called BF Party. Now, I'm not so sure this is going to launch in April. It looks like it's still very early on, but this is created by one of the co-founders of NanoPass, which also has a season 2 coming out in April, but that one you probably have to be part of or in an alpha group like mine. Again, click the link up here. to be able to access that project whitelist. So for this example here, BF Party is actually a game, and I can actually play the demo for you guys real quick right here. So if you go to the site bfparty.io/game, you can play the demo of a smaller version of the game. Now, I'm not sure how similar this is going to be to the actual game, but we're going to find out. You can see right here, it's a playable game right on a web browser. Obviously, you have to have a decent computer and obviously have Chrome not be overloaded with other stuff to play this, because there is 3D elements and there is a legitimate game, and it is all web browser based, which, as you may know, is not as easy to play. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is what you can see right here. This guy's already got this up and running, and it's very early on in what he's developing. Again, he's on the team for the Nanoverse and Nano Pass, so he's definitely someone notable in the space. And you can see right here, I don't have to do much talking because I'm playing and showing you pretty much what we're looking at. On the website, you can also come over here and see the vision of the team, what BF Party is. He references other games that he really likes, like MapleStory and Warcraft 3. So although there's not a ton of information out just yet on the project, I definitely believe this is one to keep an eye on. If you come over to the Twitter right here, you can see it's a play-to-earn game coming to a Nanoverse near you. I'm sure there's going to be some incorporation with the Nanoverse holders, so if you hold any of those NFTs, you might have access to this project, and or again, through an alpha membership like my own, you might have access to this project. But personally, I'm super excited to see what he does with this so far. I had a really fun conversation with him the other day, but he seems like a pretty cool guy, and I definitely think this project is worth checking out and learning more about. The fourth project on my list for April is Anime Metaverse, and I gotta show you guys what I'm talking about here. This project I looked at previously, and I looked at the art, and I was like, dang, this is really anime heavy art. This is just not my style particularly. I'm not a huge anime fan per se, but they have a good following. They have a good amount of notable followers, but I just don't know why. I mean, the art's not anything particularly special to me personally, and I can see why some anime lovers may love this project, but it wasn't until I joined the actual Discord and talked to the founder himself that I realized that all of the stuff they put out on their website, as you can see right here, and all the stuff they put out on their socials is not really the grand scheme picture that you would want to see for an NFT project. In other words, they kind of specifically are hiding certain things that they want to have in the culture of their community, and they're saving that for people that actually want to be there. There will be 5,000 anime metaverse NFTs, and you can see right here, these are all their guiding principles: community first, culture of collaboration, quality over quantity, speed to market, kindness, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of stuff that doesn't really give you an idea of what this project does or what it's supposed to be or what the value is, and that's on purpose. You can see they have some of the utilities right here: Metaverse ready avatars, there's LP tokens, soulmate access, which is basically their entire ecosystem. They have Metaverse land, and then they have merchandise, but these are all terms we've heard a bunch of other times in other projects. So on the outside, to me, I was like, man, this just feels like just another project. But here's the difference. I talked to one of their founders, Kendrick, and if you go back to their main page here and scroll down, you can see right here some of their AMA episodes and their interviews. You can actually hear Kendrick, who's this guy right here, talking about the project. I was able to have a one-on-one call with him, and I realized this guy has made a ton of money in a bunch of other areas, and he's partnered with other people on this project that seriously have a lot of pull and a lot of capital. These guys are strategic, and they are smart about the way that they're presenting their projects, because once you actually dive into the community in the Discord, you realize that you really have to want to be part of this project to get into it. And that is actually amazing, because people that care enough to spend the time to be there and really, really want to be there are the same people that will probably hold the project and thus make the project more valuable for the long term while it's being built. In full transparency, it's really hard for me to even showcase what this project has potential for, because it's kind of all hidden behind the wall of getting access in the Discord. Now, luckily, I was able to become an OG, which is a pretty symbolic status to have in that Discord, and allows you to be part of a weekly minting process that most other people won't get access to. You certainly can't get it through your typical whitelist giveaways. I think the main thing to note here is that the fact that they have a Forbes 30 under 30, ex-president of Burberry, and official partner of Amazon Web Services is a very real thing, and they do have very real connections in the mainstream Web 2 world. You pretty much have to take my word for it on this one, that the information that I have and the people that I've talked to on this team made me believe in it just because of who they are and the conversations that I've had. They are launching sometime in April. There is a weekly rollout, and this is strategically done as well so that people don't hype up the project all buy it, flip it, and dump it, and then crush the price and the momentum of the project. But instead, it's a weekly launch with a specific amount of NFTs each week, leading up to their total supply. This should, in theory, keep a much more stable floor while they build, and allows people that really want to be there to get involved. The fifth project on my April list is one that actually may not launch in April. If I had to guess, it's probably going to launch sometime more like May or even June. That is the Possess project. This one just passed 100,000 followers. Again, has a lot of notable following. And to be honest with you, as of right now, we don't know a whole lot about it, but I love the art. I love the animation. I love the coloring. I love the simplicity of it. I think this one's going to do really well as in terms of a PFP project, and obviously the fact that they are going to be animated as well just adds more value to the art side of things. If we hop over to their website, it's pretty bare bones, and as you can see right here, it's dedicated to enhancing your creativity. They're going to be launching a roadmap of future experiments in the coming weeks and months. So when it comes to utility, right now, there really isn't any. It's really just a NFT project that is meant to be a 10,000 PFP collection. As you guys may know, right now, the market is not very strong enough to have 10,000 animated NFTs that sell out right away. So it's a good thing that these guys are launching a little bit later on, and hopefully we'll get some more information about the utility of the project. But the one thing I wanted to look at is the team right here. If you go over and look at their Twitters, these guys are not newbies in the space. They have a following, other notable followers, both of them 15K, 16K, over 10 notable followers, and they've worked on some other projects in the space, so they clearly have some background that is more credible than just a random person pop up on a team. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to this project right now that we know. I, again, love the art. If you go to their website, you can see some of their animations. Very cool, very recognizable, and instantly usable as PFPs. So for that reason, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this one as things move forward. The last project on my list here is one I've already mentioned previously, but I want to talk about it again because since the last video, this has blown up. That's Phantom Network, or Project PXN. This is also part of the team from Nanoverse. A lot of these products we actually have whitelists for that we gave away to the members in that group. So if you want to get future whitelists similar to these, check it out. They also don't have a ton of information out yet, and I'm not even sure that they'll launch in April. It's possible, but there's no given date so far. They have a shadow, vague, formless, but eternal. And that's pretty encompassing of how they're rolling out the marketing so far. If we head over to the website, it's one of the cooler ones that I've seen so far, and we'll scroll over here so you can get a better idea, but they have all these different documents that you can open up, these files, and you can see that they're top secret files. You can click on them, and it's really interactive and really cool. But to be honest with you, they don't give you a ton of information. You can see that this is part of the team right here, founding members, the Phantoms, Julia, Luna, Chewy, and you can go and click around and see all different kinds of stuff on this website, but truthfully, there's not a whole lot of information here just yet. With that being said, though, their engagement on Twitter and their blow up of hype has been absolutely incredible. They do have that anime style looking art. So far, they've released a couple animated pieces of their NFT collection. As you can see, this one right here. I absolutely love the RGB effect on it. It's getting a lot of views, a lot of traction. And I just got to say that even though this is so, look at that. Look at the little guy right there. Anyway, they have some really great partnerships going on. One of the things they've already released right here from part of the utility they have is a gray market where you can actually purchase other items on their gray market for Ethereum or PXN, which is their token, I'm assuming. So you can see right here, this is some of the utility revealed, even though there's really nothing revealed yet. It's primary, secondary. One of the things is gray market, like we just said. There's a bunch of other secondary utilities, and obviously this primary one will probably be a big deal considering how much hype has gone into this so far. I hope that it matches the level of hype with the utility. You can see on March 18th, Nanoverse actually tweeted, loaded Columbia Records, authenticated as Sony Music subsidiary. It's a partnership they're initializing. Nanoverse team is doing a lot of things right, and because they're working on this project and it's got so much hype and the art is looking great and there's utility that we have to find out about, I'm really bullish on this one so far. Again, I've already put this in a previous video, so if you didn't catch that one, you're catching it now. 200,000 followers, and they haven't announced any of the main information that you want to know about a project yet, is a sign that it's pretty hyped. I could see this one getting to 400,000, similar to imaginary ones, before it actually launches. And there you have it. Those are my top 6, I think, picks for April for NFTs. It's looking a lot more bullish than it did in March, to be honest with you. These are the biggest projects and will probably be very hard to get whitelists for some of these. So if you do want to join the alpha group where we do give away whitelists to a lot of these projects, in fact, almost all these projects we got whitelists for this month, join my link in the description down below or the card right up here. Again, anyone who likes, comments, and subscribes on this video will be eligible to win one of the 2 giveaways we have for whitelist on imaginary ones, which should be a pretty big deal. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day. Take care.